What I have here in the studio is something very special. It's been something that I've been wanting to look at, the Sennheiser CX Plus noise cancelling earbuds. It retails for $180 or 259 Singapore dollars. Now, if you've been following this channel, you've probably seen this video in which the Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless 2 absolutely dominated the field in terms of call quality, but those are also top shelf earbuds, and maybe you're looking for Sennheisers that sit nicely within that sweet spot of price and performance between the Momentums on the one end and the CX True Wireless on the other. Just purely looking at the specs and features, this is exactly where the CX Plus is. So the question is, out of these three truly wireless earbuds in Sennheiser's lineup, is the CX Plus the best value for your money? If you're confused about which one of these to get, I guarantee that this comparison is gonna be super useful nonetheless. Full disclosure, this video is sponsored by Sennheiser, and it's more of a first look at the CX Plus instead of a review, but I will be reviewing the CX Plus in full and comparing it with other earbuds in the market using call quality and noise cancelling samples when you can really hear the difference. So if you haven't subscribed yet, get subscribed so that you don't miss out on those videos coming out very, very soon. Okay, so in terms of specs and features, while the CX Plus design resembles the CX-TW, it shares so many similarities with the Momentums that it's so easy to think of these as budget Momentums because it's got active noise cancelling and transparent hearing mode. But in some ways, these are actually more advanced for a couple of reasons. They support the latest version of aptX called aptX Adaptive, an audio codec designed to deliver high quality audio or low latency, depending on the content which is being played. So there's a sort of flexibility built into it. For example, if you're playing a mobile game, it automatically prioritizes low latency. And when you're listening to music, it switches automatically into higher bitrate mode. On the other hand, the Momentums and also the CX-TW supports classic aptX, which has a fixed bitrate. Granted, not every mobile device supports aptX Adaptive, at least right now, but it is backwards compatible with aptX HD, which many Android phones do support, and that still delivers higher bitrate than classic aptX. For some audiophiles who look out for these things, that may be very important. It also appears to have better battery life. Sennheiser rates its battery at up to 8 hours in the earbuds and up to 24 hours with the case with noise cancelling. That is an improvement over the Momentums and quite comparable to the CX-TW, which, without noise cancelling, has a rated endurance of 9 hours in the buds and up to 27 hours with the case. So, if the CX Plus noise cancelling is turned off, it will at least be on par. Other than that, you can expect the Plus to have similar features as the others like Bluetooth 5.2 support, proprietary true response transducers, touchpad with volume controls, IPX4 water resistance, and app support from the Sennheiser Smart Control app, an app which gives you a suite of customization options, letting you customize its sound quality using a couple of simplified graphic EQs, tap controls customization, toggling transparent hearing, and getting firmware updates over the air. In terms of sound quality, they sound very balanced. By that I mean that it doesn't have a super heavy emphasis on the mid-range compared to most earbuds out there, but rather it lets the bass and treble be a little more prominent. And I suspect that this is why I'm hearing more background detail from the CX Plus than usual. I mean, having used so many earbuds from other brands, when I first listened to these earbuds, there were some transient details that shine even brighter than usual against the background. Pretty impressive how revealing they sound. I also like how its bass sounds. It is tight and under control, detailed and punchy when it's needed, and heavy when the situation calls for more gravity. Vocals are well separated from the bass and has lots of crispiness and clarity. Highs are also smooth, clean, and non-fatiguing. In terms of sound staging, it is somewhat similar to the Momentums. It is though a tiny bit more closed in and more intimate sounding, but you still get that detailed layering of the tracks that I usually describe as 3D layering when talking about the Momentums, probably because they use the same proprietary true response drivers, but overall I gotta say that these sound very similar to the Momentums. There seems to be little to no compromise there in terms of sound quality. Now we're going to test its microphone quality in both a quiet and a noisy environment. We're going to be comparing it to the microphone quality of the Momentum TW2 and the CX True Wireless earbuds. For simulated noise, I will be playing some really loud cafe-style background noise. I am now making a phone call in a quiet place using the Sennheiser CX Plus. Background noise. I am now making a phone call in a noisy place using the Sennheiser CX Plus. I am now making a phone call in a quiet place using the Sennheiser CX TW. Background noise. I am now making a phone call in a noisy place using the Sennheiser CX TW. I am now making a phone call in a quiet place using the Sennheiser MTW2. Background noise. I am now making a phone call in a noisy place using the Sennheiser MTW2. Well, it appears that both CX models, the CX Plus and the CX TW, were quite similar in terms of call quality, as in they've both got background noise reduction that was just as quiet, and my voice also sounded just as intelligible. The Momentums though were a little noisier in the background, but my voice also sounded louder and more natural. So let me know guys in the comments which one of these earbuds sounded nicer to you. But if we were to compare these earbuds to other earbuds in the market, I can tell you that these have easily some of the best microphone pickups of them all. Right now, we're going to check out its noise cancelling performance. As usual, I'm going to play the same background noise as before, and I'm going to compare its noise cancelling to the Sennheiser MTW2s. It seems like the CX Plus is quite comparable to the MTW2 here, only that it cancelled just a little less low frequency noise. But apart from that, if you were to do an A to B test in a real world situation, it would be really hard to tell the difference. Quite surprising given that these cost less. Overall, based on what I've seen so far, the CX Plus is definitely a compelling alternative to the Momentum and CX TW. In terms of noise cancelling, the CX Plus seems to be pretty comparable. It sounds awesome. Like I said, these are some of the most balanced sounding earbuds I've heard. Furthermore, this is like a budget MTW2 in terms of features, with some aspects being better, such as battery life and aptX adaptive, which is something that's still quite rare among truly wireless earbuds right now. But there are some things that the Momentums do better. For example, its noise cancelling is a little better, its sound staging is also a little more open and airy, and they've got this feature called high-end sound tuning, which cleans up the audio even more, and this brings it closer to high-res levels compared to the CX Plus. So I will say that the Momentums are a little more targeted at audiophiles compared to the CX Plus, which already sounds awesome to begin with. If you want to check out the Momentums, the CX Plus or the CXTW, I've got the links to them in the box down below. Do check them out. Last I checked, Sennheiser has got a promotion going on for their earbuds, specifically the MTW2 and the CXTW. So if you've been thinking about getting any one of these earbuds, now may be a great time to do that. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please smash that like button and share this video with your friends. A big shout out to the sponsor of this video, Sennheiser, and to these legends who support my work by contributing $1 or more per month through the crowdfunding website Patreon. If you want to be a legend too, it's very simple. All you gotta do is to help support my work on Patreon. That is a great way to help keep this show going, and along the way, you gain some pretty cool rewards too, like being credited at the end of every video. So link is in the box down below if you want to support. I've also got a Discord server. Do join my Discord if you want to hang out or chat. More videos coming up soon, so don't go away.